Okay, we're live. Yep.
Good morning, guys. Saturday, 10 a.m. Got through another week. If you notice, what did the market do? Just made a lot of noise. We had a couple of down days, and the market bounced back up. But then you go look, market really did nothing. Closed near a new high. We're not exploding anymore. Okay, grinds down. So the market's determining which way it's going. In the interim, what have we been doing? We've been trading these markets. So very quietly, in my opinion, we had a quiet week. You know what a quiet week was? We made about 20% this week. People make 20% in a year, they're doing flips. Okay, we're quietly navigating and taking money out of the market with the same opinions. Trading the energy markets in a range, trading the metals markets with a mission. We're doing it that way and it's working. In the interim, we're finding other sectors that we think are starting to wake up. Just a couple. If you remember one we talked about, we had made a video on it all year, was cocoa. Out of the blue, something sets up, we put a video out, showed the reason it's set up, we said it should work immediately. Well, let's go to it first, and then we'll go to the rest. Okay, let's go right here. So this is cocoa. Should we go back and look? I believe it was on 15th, put out a video saying, guys, I'm buying, I want to tell you what I'm doing. I'm buying a lot of cocoa here. This is a spot I've been waiting for the whole way down. We said all you got to do is sit, maybe pull back to confirm, it should snap right up. What did it do? Snap right up, exactly where we were talking to. So just a basic one contract, as small as you can buy, one contract of cocoa down here, just a bounce from here with the leverage, 7 grand. You can make 7 grand with one contract. So imagine you put on 5 or 10 or 20 or whatever we do as a group. That's how much you can make. That shows the leverage without ever having to sweat a dollar on the trade. That's one trade we're talking about. I'm telling you, this is what I'm saying. This is how you could perform, or how you could take money that the market gives you. Why? Because that went down like a couple of other commodities. They went down because everything was red. We talked about the soybean market, same thing. Made a video about that. Same thing. That was on, I think, the 12th. Said soybeans at $10. It's great value. The risk reward is so big down here, you could probably get a nice bounce. It was right here. Look what happened to soybeans. Right up. Way to go. Go right to our target. We sold out the soybeans. That's a nice trade. There's more of these out there. We've been on maybe the last week and a half is the oil market down here. Because the oil market down here we think is in a range. And the way I was taught how to read the spreads, read the calendar, that it's stretching down here and should bounce. What happened to the oil market? It's crude oil. Is that a bounce or what? Talked about it right here. We bought oil. We bought ExxonMobil, we bought gasoline, bought a couple of the equities, said this thing should bounce. The sensitive side is the upside. Look what happened. Right back up. What do we do? So traded our ExxonMobil once again. Traded gasoline once again. Okay, so the trades are here if you look for them. Metals. And that's different because why we think oil market stretches, it's in a range. Metals we think are in a mission. Metals, no matter what, we've been doing this for 2 years. We're staying long metals. And then what do we do? About a week, 8 days ago, last Wednesday and Thursday, we said the markets are set up to go parabolic. And what do we do when it goes parabolic? It means the public is getting so hyped up, you got to sell into it. What happened to gold? What happened to silver? Last Thursday night. This is last Thursday night. You know what we did on Wednesday, Friday morning, I would say, because it was the middle between Thursday and Friday morning. Okay, what do we do on Wednesday and Thursday? We sold all of our silver, all of our gold, all of our platinum, all of our palladium, right into the parabolic. We said now people caught themselves up here and probably can breathe. Look what happened. So you make it on the way up. You don't give it back on the way down. Now I don't have a position in any of the commodities right now. I'm looking to get right back in to silver, to platinum, to palladium, and gold. But you get a chance to wait for your spots. And believe me, it's a little, I don't want to be impatient because impatient does not work in these markets. I have my spots, and I'm going to get right back into silver. If you belong to the group, you're going to know exactly where I'm looking to get into silver. Now that's silver. Let me show you the ones that I think even more, I got more upside on them. Platinum and palladium, okay? This is platinum. Same thing happened. Went parabolic, sold right into it. Look at the deep pullback. That actually was a spot, okay? I think there's one more shot. I don't even know if I'm going to get it. We got to buy platinum because I think platinum's going a lot higher from there also. That's platinum. Palladium's the same thing. So the trades are here. What we did do this week is we bought the equities, okay? A home run equity this year has been SBSW, which is a platinum and palladium equity. So we hit 2 home runs with it this year. It pulled back, we put it on again. Let's put it on here again because I'm going to talk, because I'm in it. I don't think I tell you what I'm doing. We caught this, okay? We were all in down here, sold the entire thing up here. If you follow the group, you know it's exactly what we did. Then we put the whole position on back here, and then sold the whole thing into the parabolic. I'm not making it up, guys. It sounds a little crazy. Ask the group. Go look at the logbook, exactly what we did. And what did we do this week? We started buying it right around here. We even bought more up here, so we're putting on our position again because we think it's going to make another new high. But this is a home run trade twice this year. We think it's going to happen again. This is platinum and palladium sensitive. So we caught this. Now we put it on. I want to buy even more because I think it's going to catch another one. And you can see it grinds and then it's gaps. And I think the next one's going to be a gap too, if I'm right. If I'm wrong and it goes back down, we'll play it by ear from there. But think about this. This has been a home run trade.
What's your contract for this?
So this is a stock. This is
stock,
SBSW. Okay? That's a stock. Savanya Stillwater. Okay? In my opinion, it's very hard to get exposure equity-wise in platinum or palladium. This is the one I like a lot. We have another sleeper that we have on as a group that's pretty much tripled in price. Okay? We still think it's got a lot more room to go. And you ask us about it now, we tell you about it now. We didn't tell you about it all year because you know what? You got to belong to the group to have privy to these. That is PLG. Okay, this was our little sleeper. This is another way to get exposure. We've had this on all year. This is where we got it on. 90 cents, $1, $1.10, $1.05. Okay, look what it went up to, 3 1/4. Now we're putting on more because we think this is going up a lot more. So this is one we like a lot. This is another way. This is the way of getting more palladium exposure than platinum exposure. But you see, it doesn't move in percentages. You buy it for $1, $1.25. That's a triple, 3x. Not 30%, not 40%, 3x. That's what you can make in these things. Gold and silver stocks, same thing. We've been out of them for the last few weeks. We're waiting to put them back on. So you see the difference when you have something we think has a mission and something that we think we can trade around. Now the oil stock, ExxonMobil. If you follow us all year, this is, believe me, we're going to send the CEO a case of champagne because this guy has kept it where it has to be. It's right where it was at the beginning of the year. Okay? There's ExxonMobil, same spot. Where is it now? Same spot. Okay, looks like he did nothing all year. We've caught this thing about 6, 7 times this year, making 4 points, 5 points, 6 points, 7 points. We just cashed in again. Okay, we just put out a video and we bought ExxonMobil right in that spot. It got right to our area. What do we do? Put out another video. If you belong to the group, we sold it right there. This is all within a week. We're going to keep doing this. Okay, but it's not the same spots all the time. Okay, we bought it down here. Okay, so you would say, well, when it gets back down here, we're going to buy it again. No, the way we read the charts, the way we read the positions, the way we read the fundamentals, this was the spot, not here. So if you're waiting for it to do it again, you never got it. We made 2 videos because we bought it 3 different times here. And what did we say could go right back up to these tops? We sold it out. We did it again, and we just did it again. I'm not making it up, guys. It sounds crazy. It's not. Go look at the log. Go ask the members. Go ask the whole group. We're all cashing in on something that we think is range bound. So there's the difference. We got new ones right now. I got a new one right now that I'm looking at. It's a little sleeper. It's around a $2 stock. Okay, we're going to give that one out to the group because they're not going to move 20 cents or 30 cents. I think it could go from $1.50, $2. It could go to $3, $4, $5, $6. Another one we just had on. It's a little bit of a recap. Why? Because I want to show you that there's money to be made in trading markets and not in investor markets. This was another home run for us. We have people in the group made 10x on this. 10x, not exaggerating. They came up to us. They said, we bought this thing at 70 cents. We've had this on all year. American Resources. Bought it right here, had it on, didn't move. We said, don't worry, guys, this thing is going to hit a nerve. And when it hit the nerve, the trade was not to sell it here, not to sell it here, wait for it to extend. It extended. We sold the whole thing here. We're out. And what are we doing now this week? Putting it right back on, right around here. I have spots that I'm looking to get back in. But people, one of our members says, thank you. I can't believe I caught a 10x on this. I bought it at 70 cents. I sold it at $7. Okay? These are real trades. You got to know how to navigate and not give it away here if you have the story. And we had the story. So don't give it away. Don't give it away. Let it extend. And then we sold it. Now we're putting it back on because we think it's going to make an even newer high. So the trades are here. So all I'm trying to say, not patting myself in the back or anything, because we're here to make money. What's the difference if I find them or if you find them? but you're going to know how to navigate them. That's the edge. And that's what these markets are. They're trading markets, they're not investing markets. Okay. So, we got any questions, or we'll go to the next ones?
All right, guys. If you have any questions, please post in the chat here. We're gonna try and answer all your questions. First one, we already answered REC.
Okay.
Second one, Lulu.
Lulu. We have Lulu on. We sold half of our position out. I think it's going to go higher again. Okay, we bought Lululemon 67 and 66, somewhere around here. 166, okay? Doesn't look like much of a bounce, and it isn't. We sold half of our position when it got into this gap, so we took 11 points out of half of our trade. We still got the other half on. If it pulls back here, we're going to put it back on. But we actually think it's going to gap up and come into here. You know who put this on our radar screen? Guy Adami, who's part of our team. Okay, Guy Adami from CNBC. Put it on our radar screen. Meanwhile, think about it. We're up 10, 11 points on the trade. That's not, we sold half of it because we want to trade, but we still think the next one is going to go higher. We like Lululemon. We're going to buy more if it pulls back into the low 170s for myself.
Okay, next one, UNG.
UNG natural gas. Okay, now we've been trading around the futures. UNG we just have on because we think inevitably, we have UNG on because we wait for hurricane season. We're waiting for weather. Do you believe we're going to start November? No hurricanes this year. I mean, it's just bad luck. We said at the beginning, if there's no hurricanes, it's going to cost us money. Well, you know what? There's been no hurricanes, but by navigating, we don't lose any money. We traded futures. Okay, November futures, which is natural gas at UNG. We caught all of these trades. Okay, we bought it, sold it, sold it, sold it. Now we're looking to buy it back. Same thing, we bought it and sold it. So we have no futures on. We're looking to buy the futures back. But this navigation paid for UNG, paid for the hurricane that we didn't get. If there is a hurricane, which I'd be a little tough now, or the weather adjusts, which I think it will, this has room on the upside. So what happens with UNG? All UNG is an ETF for that, as UNG. Okay, you can see. It's doing nothing. If UNG pulls back a little more, I'm either going to buy futures or more UNG. But I like UNG because it's good value down here without weather, without a catalyst. Imagine if you give this thing a catalyst, it's going to pop.
Okay. Next stock, JBLU, JetBlue.
JetBlue. It's been on our radar screen for about a week and a half. We still haven't bought it because I want to be sure before I get in. I'm glad I'm being patient on this. Okay, I liked this thing last week. I liked it more last week than I did this week. It's doing nothing. There's no rush. See any reason to jump in? But it was doing things that said the thing's going to pop. And then when it failed, it tells me to wait. So I'm doing nothing in JetBlue while it's in this range. I'm not going to do anything. I'm glad I waited, okay? Because I was sitting there staring at it for no reason.
And next one, grains.
You don't even want to know. We think that's the hot sector. We really do. We have pretty large positions. I told you we traded around the soybeans, but we have corn on and we got a lot of wheat on, and I think they're getting ready to hit a nerve. Okay, and so I showed you the soybeans. We cashed them in. That's a nice trade right there. We got corn on, which we caught already, and now we're holding on for the second wave. We bought a lot of corn down here because of the way we read markets, and sold a small piece of it up here. And now we still got a big piece of it here. We got the confirmation. We think if it goes the next move, it's not going to move like this. We think it's going to move. That's a nice trade. But that's not the big trade we have on. The big trade we have on is the wheat market. Okay, we think that's the sector that I've been trading this thing for 4 decades. So it's kind of like I see things that other people won't, not because I see them, because I've been through them. And I think the wheat market is the next one that'll pop. And you can see it's starting to reject down here. It's getting ready to go. But we like a different grade of wheat. There's 3 different grades of wheat. One makes macaroni, one makes bread, one makes cake. And they're all different grades, all different prices. Can't understand the fundamentals a little. So we like one that's a higher grade, but at a discounted price. So we like Kansas City wheat. And now that looks like it's ready to go. We have a nice position in this one. So if we're right, and if I'm right the way wheat moves, when you don't think it's going to move, then this has a lot of room on the upside. So this, between now and the end of the year, I would say between now and say the next 60 to 90 days, this could be a home run trade for us. That's how much we like the price of wheat down here.
All right, our next one, MOS.
Yes, well, that's another way of getting grain exposure, either as a food processor or a fertilizer company. MOS, it's been good to us this year. We got back in again. MOS, let me find this.
Right there, right.
Where am I looking?
Right where your hand is.
Right in my hand. Oh, sorry. Thank you. Now we've had MOS on twice this year. Here we caught it. Here we caught it. And now we're getting in right back here again. We like MOS. We think MOS is going to go straight up again. Okay? Because we like the grain markets. So if we like the grain markets, we like the food processors, and this is fertilizer. So we're going to stick with something that's good to us. This was nice to us. This was nice to us. Let's see if we got it here. But we've been accumulating. We're getting a pretty decent position I have on here in MOS. I like it a lot.
Okay, next one. VALE.
Valley, it's our largest position. We have no intention to trade it because we think it's going a lot higher. We think this is one of the best base metal companies you can have out there. In down markets, they know how to make money. In up markets, we think they can excel. We've had it on all year. We haven't traded it once. I think it's time to go. Look at this. How cool is it? Our opinion was between 9 and 10 up here, there's nothing to do. And we watched it and watched it. We didn't change our position. It's our biggest position. Now we had a couple of failures. Now we've had no more failures. So now it looks like it's recalibrating. So this is not the area no more. It feels like it's somewhere higher. And we think if this one wants to hit a nerve, or if people do their homework and realize what kind of good value this is, this one's going to go. It's our largest position. We are super comfortable with this one.
Next one. COP.
Conoco. Okay, we're putting this one on because we like the oil market down here, and we think we're going to be okay with this one. Okay, we trade around Exxon. We're accumulating Conoco. We're trading around Exxon. That's the way we like to trade some of the oil stocks, some of the gold stocks. We think we're okay here. We put it on. We put on a piece up here. We put on a piece down here. We think it's okay around here. Next week is going to tell the tale. Because if we sit around here and don't make a new low, then we think we're going to snap right up.
Next one up. RIG.
Rig. That's our second largest position. Rig is actually starting to break out. We've been sitting there watching it. It's like watching paint dry. It's okay because if you have a view on it, when it works, you'll recognize it. This is our second largest position, RIG. Okay, we like Rig a lot. And now it's finally doing some things that's opening up. Rig. There we go. Finally, we're getting some movement. Okay? I don't care if it's up or down. We want movement. And when you get a line like this that you haven't seen forever, that's what you want to see. It means it's on people's radar. So if it's on people's radar, hopefully they're going to see what I've been seeing all year, that this is too cheap. So we think this one's got room on the upside. It's our second largest position. We're very, very comfortable with it. I'm going to tell you what I got on, guys. Okay? Think I'm making it up? Go check it out. Or ask any of the members. I'm not here to make up stories for you guys.
Next question. UVIX.
Yeah. Okay. Now this is our way because I've been bearish in the stock market since the tail end of the summer. I've been wrong. Stock market continues to go higher. This is a way to get exposure with people that want insurance on this, that the market goes lower. We traded around in half our position. We still got the other half on. We still think between 9 and 10 is good value. That's got no pulse. Okay, we sold it a little bit when it bounced. Okay, so I have no problem buying it down here because if the market turns, okay, this could snap up. If the market continues to go higher, you can see there's only so much more can go down. So it's a good risk reward in my opinion down here.
Are you still overall bearish view on the market?
Yes, and I've been wrong. Okay, the market continues to make grinds higher. When you get these big down days, it holds well. So I've been wrong. So think about it, I've been wrong, and we're still making money navigating. So imagine if I could be right once in a while. Okay?
Let's see your performance for this week. Looks
Yeah,
like you have a
let's do
couple
it.
minutes. So
Okay.
we'll just go over that.
Okay, this is us for the year. Okay, 259%. That's actually a little low. I think we're around 261, 262 for the year. 260% for the year. No exaggerations, no crap. Everything is here. You can back check, fact check, anything you want. You can see we got a lot of trades this year, 440 trades. You're involved.
Looks like it updated.
Oh, okay. Well, oh, good. That's right. You know what? I probably hit the button.
Yep.
Okay, we're around a little bit low. We're like 262, 263. 260% for the year. Okay, you can see we stick to what we know. What I think of what we know. Commodities and resources. Platinum, gasoline, soybeans, wheat. Just look at them, the names. Silver, food processors I was telling you about. There's rig. Okay? So we're here. We stick with what we do. Whether we're not day traders, we're not swing traders, we're directional traders with stories. So sometimes our trades will last a week. As you can see, sometimes they'll last 6 months. Okay? But what winds up happening? Okay? The money is there. Okay? It's got to wait a couple of months. What is it there? It's directional. I'm not there to day trade. If I buy something here, I'm not saying, oh, at the end of the day, I want to sell it out. No. You tell me how many day traders are making money right now. You're trading against algorithms. You're trading against electronic trading. You have a disadvantage. You got to have an opinion. You got to be able to back it up with a story, and you got to have a plan. And that's what we do, and it's working. You can see the trades. Okay, there's no home runs here. These are all trades. The greens are what we make. The reds are what we lose. You got losers, we have winners. Okay, but they add up. They add up to that amount. Okay, we got a couple of home runs, which pretty much has been the platinum and palladium market. Okay, but you can see going all the way down. Plenty of it. You got reds. There's reds here. Okay. If anybody sits there and they show you something that's all green, do yourself a favor. Get rid of those people because they're lying to you. Everyone's got winners and losers. Okay. And look, there's look like a lot of reds there. Then all of a sudden you get into a wave and you got just greens and greens and greens. That's what it adds up to. All the same ideas. Something I've had experience in. My entire career, I've been exposed to commodities for over 40 years. So I put my experience to work. You want to join? That's us. rntr.trading. Okay. Now, what's going on lately? I guess people are getting banged around a little. So they're trying to copycat us. They'll add an extra G, they'll add an extra R and say that's us. Say it's me. They say send us money. We don't ask you for money. You want to join? We get back to you. You contact us, we get back to you with a link, with an email, with an invite to our Discord. Okay? So we have a little bit of security. You get in, you get all of this live access, trade alerts. When I trade, all you do is look over my shoulder. When I trade, we give you a heads up. We have a chat all day. We got Guy Adami on Thursday with a webinar, Q&A, ask whatever you want. We got midday updates. We send out clips. We got basic courses if you want to learn. We also have boot camps if you want to learn how to trade options, price options properly. Okay, that's the thing. If you're an option trader, you don't have this, you're missing out. You don't realize how much you're wasting. Way I read charts, very different than others. I was taught by the best. Way to manage money, which is the most important thing. We have a boot camp for that. All comes in. Okay, those are separate subscriptions. Okay, you got to pay a little extra on those. It's a one-time thing. $78 a month. Okay, you can quit anytime you want. It's all here. Nothing to fool around with. rntr.trading, guys.
All right, looks like we're time.
Okay, we'll be back here Friday at 8 a.m. Okay, if we start to get a little more people watching on YouTube here, we're trying to figure out how to get to the audience, and it gets busy because we're on TikTok at 10:30 now, and we get 50 times many people watching. So if we could get YouTube working, we'll be more frequent than just Fridays and Saturdays. All right, but the markets are trading markets. Please understand this. Okay, it's not investing markets. There's times to step away. There's times to make money. That's what you got to recognize now. I'll see you Friday.